So today we will look into how we can start Mariadb in a Docker container and connect to it and test if it is working or not. So let's start. I'm going to open up a command window over here. So let's do sudo su. So we get the root password out of the way. Then we have docker run -e MySQL root password. Let's give a password of test to the root user. Then we're going to name it MyDB container. -d is for detached mode. The image name is Mariadb. So if we can look at this command, docker is the program, run is the command, docker command to run an image. Then we have the environment variable -e. This will be passed to the container as is. This Mariadb requires this environment variable to be set as a root user's password. Then we're going to name this container as MyDB container. This will be helpful when we try to access this container later on, and we'll see how. -d is in detached or daemon mode, in which it runs as a service rather than on the interactive mode. And then the image name is Mariadb. Let's just run this thing. So now you see it's running. This is the container ID. We can test if Mariadb is running or not using the simple command docker exec is to execute the command, -it for interactive mode. This time it will be the interactive mode. And then we want to run the command in the existing container which contains the database. So we run that, copy, paste. MyContainerDB is the name of the container. This is the way we run any program within an existing running container. Then we call the command MySQL -u root -p is, so this is will execute any command, which is this one, command line program, inside this container in the interactive mode. So if you can understand the different parts of this command line. So let's look at that. It's going to ask the password. We set the password to test. So just type test. And here we are. We now have the connection to our database from within the container itself. Show databases. I guess that's the command. Oh, you have to give a semicolon at the end. So this is the information of the database, current databases. So let's exit out of this connection. Now let's connect this through the host. We tried to connect it from within the container, but we can also connect to the same database through the host. But first we have to find out the IP address of the container. So you will say docker inspect and then the container name, which is the same MyDB container. Copy paste it over here. Now it will give me the IP address of this container. I can copy this IP address to use to connect that. So now you have to have SQL DB client installed. So let's do that. It's going to be apt install Mariadb client. So this command is going to install Mariadb client on the host computer, so you can be able to run the same command that we run from within the container in the host. It looks like it was already installed. It means that we can run our command to access the database from outside. So SQL, MySQL, and the command is pretty simple. -u root -p. So notice that this is the same command that we gave before, right over here. I can scroll back up to that. Right here. But this is what we gave from within the container. Now we are in the host environment and we are running the same command. One difference is, so if we run, we'll see. I can give the password. It cannot connect. So because it does not know the host name, the IP address, so we have to have a host command -h, and then give the host, which is that IP address that we have given. So paste, try it here, and now try that. Test. And now we are connecting it from within the host. And we can give the same command for testing purpose. So it's showing the database. Same thing, but now the connection is through the host. So I think I had a lot of trouble connecting it from the host. I think this will help people to get over that. Thanks.